Family. What does family mean to you? In a perfect world, all families should be happy and everyone should get on well together. I know a lot of families that have many problems. Brothers and sisters who don't like each other. Parents who never talk to each other. I wonder why this is. How can you live so close to your family members and feel apart from them? There is a lot of talk in the news about the breakdown of family life. Divorce is rising everywhere in the world. This means single parents have less time to spend with their children, which creates problems. Maybe the stress of modern life puts too much pressure on families. It seems as though family life was better a generation or two ago. Is this true for families in your country?
Hello everyone, how are you doing? I hope you're all having a great time, a great day, and of course a great week. Today we have Unit 7, okay, and for today's lesson we have two aims. Okay, the first one is talking about false assumption, and the second one is summarizing. Okay, so what is false assumption and what is summarizing? False assumption is you think of something in a specific way, but then it will turn out you were wrong. Okay, how? Maybe you think that one of your friends is really clever and she can pass the examinations really easy, effortlessly, okay? But then you will find out that your friend is cheating during the examinations. That's why she's passing the examinations easily, right? So you can say, I had thought she was really smart and clever, but I was wrong. She's cheating in the examination. So you see, you had false assumption about your friend. You thought about this person is really smart, but it turned out she's not. So this is false assumption. And then summarizing. Summarizing is making a long thing really short. For example, you have a text which composed of 10 lines, and you make 2 lines or 3 lines of that text. Okay, so you shorten the text. So whenever you make something shorten, it is called summarizing. Okay, and look at the title of the lesson, which is I had thought she was. I had thought she was. I had thought she was. Like the example I gave you in the beginning of the lesson, I had thought she was really smart and clever, but I was wrong. She was not. She was cheating in the examinations. Okay? Or maybe you can say, I had thought Azad was really rich, but it turned out I was wrong. He was using his dad's car to drive to university. Okay? So this is all about false assumption. So let's kick off the vocabulary section. Okay? So let's dive into vocabulary section. It says, look at the words and phrases for describing people. Next to each one, write the name of someone you've known in the past who fits the description. Okay. So the first one we have standoffish. Standoffish is someone who doesn't like to be around people. He always takes distance from people. Okay. He has just a few friends. He doesn't have a lot of friends. Okay, because he doesn't socialize a lot. Okay, there is not so many people around him. This is standoffish. So if I am standoffish, then it means I don't have a lot of friends. Okay, unapproachable is someone who is really busy and you can't get in contact with him because he has a lot of jobs, he has a lot of works, and he has a lot of tasks. So you cannot easily, get into contact with him. Okay, so then we have conceited. Conceited is someone who he thinks that he's better than you. Okay, and insecure is someone who can't do anything by himself. He's always calling you for help. Even if he has really small problems, then he's gonna call you because he's insecure. Okay, he's not sure of himself. He is not sure of himself. He cannot do anything himself by himself. I mean, he always doubts his abilities. Okay, and then we have bubbly. You see the bubbles of water, right? Bubbles of water is really beautiful. That's why if you say he's bubbly, then it means he's really happy and he's smiling and laughing a lot. He's bubbly. Okay. And then we have gregarious, is someone who socializes a lot, who's always around people, okay, who has a lot of friends. This is called gregarious, okay, a socialized person, okay. And then we have sarcastic. Sarcastic is someone who tells a lot of jokes, who makes a lot of jokes, okay. He's always laughing and telling jokes, okay. And then we have introverted. Introverted is someone who doesn't like to share a lot of information about himself. Is someone even, maybe he has a lot of big problems, but he never share his problems. He never share anything about himself. Okay, this is introverted. He doesn't like to talk about his troubles with anyone. And the opposite of it is extrovert, which is here. Okay, extrovert is someone who always shares everything about himself. If he has this small problem, he's going to share with everyone. If he's going to go to a picnic, then he's going to share, and he's going to take a lot of pictures, and then he's going to upload it to Facebook, because he wants to tell everyone, okay, I had a great picnic. So he's sharing everything. This is called extroverted. Okay. And you can use them in any sentences that you want. For example, you can say, you can say, my brother is really standoffish. He doesn't like to be around people. He's standoffish. Okay, he's standoffish. And then you can say, my dad is really unapproachable because he has a lot of businesses to get around. He has a lot of tasks to get around them. And then you can say, I think your brother is really conceited. Okay, because when I visited you last night, he was not ready to welcome me. He's really conceited. Okay. And you can say, my friend Azad is really insecure. He's always calling for help. He's insecure. And then you can say, oh, my mom is really bubbly. She's always smiling. And then gregarious. Sorry, I had a phone call. Sorry for the interruption. Okay, so and gregarious is someone who socializes with people or let's say someone who has a lot of friends. Okay, maybe he has 2,000 or 3,000 friends on Facebook. Okay, so this is called, he is gregarious. He's always around people. Sarcastic is someone who always tells jokes. For example, you are sad, okay? You're not in the mood. You're like this. Please, don't be sarcastic today. I'm not in the mood to listen to your jokes, okay? Don't be sarcastic. Don't tell jokes. Don't talk about funny things. Okay, don't be sarcastic. Introverted, I told you, my sister is really introverted. He never shares, she never shares her problems with me. And you can say, oh, my dad is really extroverted. He always shares his problems with everyone. Okay, this is called extrovert. And you see, I've written 2 examples for you here. My dad is really gregarious. He's always around us. Okay, means he's always talking with us. And then I'm usually unapproachable in summer because I travel to Europe. Okay, unapproachable. Okay. So this is about all of the examples I gave you. I think now everything is clear. And so now we will jump to the conversation section here. Yep. Okay, so as you see, I've translated the conversation. So now I'm gonna play the audio track to you, which is audio track number 17. Yes. Okay.
Lesson 7. I had thought she was... Page 16. Conversation. A. Listen. What does Anna think of Susan at the beginning of the conversation? How does she feel at the end?
Do you know Susan Park? Yeah, I know her. We had a few classes together last semester. I don't think she likes me. She seems kind of conceited. Oh, I'm sure she likes you. I used to think she didn't like me too. Really? Yeah, I thought she was standoffish. But it turns out she's actually just introverted. She's on the quiet side, but she's very witty. So what you're saying is you really like her? Yeah, I do. Once she felt comfortable with me, she opened up. That's good to know. I'll try a little harder to talk to her.
Welcome back, everyone. And I think everything is clear except
Really?
Witty is someone who's clever and smart. Okay, witty. Okay, and one thing about conceited, in the American pronunciation, it is conceited. Okay, conceited. But in the British accent, it's okay to say conceited. Okay, but in the American accent, it's conceited. Okay, conceited. Okay, so now it's time to test your listening skills. Are you ready? So now I'm gonna play the next audio track and tell me about the 3 extra sentences you will hear in the conversation. Okay, so let's go ahead and listen to audio track number...
Lesson 7.
She never talks to me.
Yeah.
Page 16. Conversation. C. Listen. Write the 3 extra sentences you hear in the conversation. Practice the new conversation.
Do you know Susan Park? Yeah, I know her. We had a few classes together last semester. Why do you ask? Last semester. Why do you ask? Classes together last semester. Why do you ask?
So it's easy. Why do you ask? It's not why do you ask. No, it's why do you ask. Why do you ask? Okay, why do you ask? Next.
I don't think she likes me. She seems kind of conceited. She never talks to me. She seems kind of conceited. She never talks to me. She seems kind of conceited. She never talks to me. Likes me. She seems kind of conceited. She never talks to me.
So she never talks to me. Okay.
Oh, I'm sure she likes you. I used to think she didn't like me too. Really? Yeah, I thought she was standoffish. But it turns out she's actually just introverted. She's on the quiet side, but she's very witty. So what you're saying is you really like her? Yeah, I do. Once she felt comfortable with me, she opened up. We get along great now. With me, she opened up. We get along great now. Once she felt comfortable with me, she opened up. We get along great now. With me, she opened up. We get along great now.
We get along great now. We get along means that we are good friends now. We don't have any troubles, okay? And opened up means now they are friends. They talk with each other.
Fun, but I'm afraid I have...
They opened up. Now they talk with each other. And she's on the quiet side. Quiet side means she is really calm. She doesn't talk a lot. So let's summarize today's topic, okay? Summarize today's topic in the language booster section. Okay, so it says notice the ways we talk about false assumption and summarize. Okay, so talk about false assumptions. Okay, I thought she was standoffish, but it turns out that she's actually just introverted. Or you can say, I'd always assumed that she was introverted, but in reality, she was, just introverted. Everyone always said that she was standoffish, okay? But the truth is, she is introverted, okay? So, I'm going to give you more examples about that. Don't worry, okay? But how do we summarize things too? Okay, let's talk about summarizing, and then we will, I'm going to give you more examples about all of them, just after, a couple moments. Okay, so how would you make long things short? Okay, so you can say, so what you're saying is, and then, summarize what you want. So what you're saying that you really like her, or you can say, so what you're saying is you were wrong, right? So, or in other words, you didn't really hit it off. Hit it off means you didn't start quite good, okay, because you say you didn't good, okay? In other words, it means that you were not good friends at first. You had a lot of fights first, okay? You were not good friends at first, but then after a couple weeks together, now you're good friends together, okay? But you didn't really hit it off. You didn't. You were not good friends at first. Or you can say, so you'd never actually gotten to know her, okay? So you'd never actually gotten to know her, or it means that you never had a chance to know her. You never had a chance to talk with her, okay? This is you'd never actually gotten to know her, okay? Gotten means have, got, okay? Gotten is the abbreviation of this, have, got, okay? So it sounds like, then summarize what you want to say. It sounds like everyone had misjudged her. Okay, so now let's talk about more examples. Okay, so look at part B. It says, my friends have always assumed that I was extroverted, but in reality, I'm introverted. Okay, so I'm gonna summarize this sentence. So how would I summarize this one? You can say, you can use this method here, okay? This one. It sounds like everyone has had misjudged you. Misjudged you. Misjudged you. Okay? It sounds like everyone misjudged you. Okay? Let's talk about more examples. And by the way, we're going to use only the vocabulary section words. Okay? So let's talk about, unapproachable and gregarious. Okay? So we're going to talk about these two words here. Okay, we're going to use this method. Okay, I'd always assumed that she was, let's say, unapproachable, but in reality, she was gregarious. Okay, so in other words, they misjudged you, or you misjudged her. Okay, let's take another example. Let's talk about insecure and conceited. Okay, so everyone always said that she was conceited. Okay, or maybe, or let's bring the example like that. Everyone has always that she was conceited, but it turns out that she is insecure. So in other words, you were wrong. You see, first false assumption and then summarizing. Okay, let's talk about more examples. Okay, and let's say that your brother has hiccups. What's hiccup? Hiccup is okay. Sometimes you drink some water to scare, or let's say to pass your hiccups. Okay, to get rid of your hiccups. So you have hiccups. So you're gonna say, my brother had hiccups. Okay, but then my brother raised his hand to slap him. Okay, but then it turned out my brother didn't want to slap my brother, but instead he wanted to scare the hiccups away. Okay, so this is false assumption. When your brother raised, his hands on your brother, everyone thought that your brother wants to hit your brother, right? But then he just wanted to scare the hiccup away. This is false assumption, okay? So you can say, in other words, your brother wanted to scare the hiccups away. Scare the hiccups away. This is false assumption, okay? So last example, let's use this method, okay? So everyone always said that he was angry, but the truth is he's really bubbly, but nowadays he has a lot of troubles. That's why he's angry now, okay? So you can summarize the speech by saying, it sounds like everyone had mistrusted her. It sounds like everyone thought about him in a wrong way. It sounds like everyone was wrong. Okay, by the way, you don't say everyone were wrong. This is wrong. You say everyone was wrong. Okay? Okay, so let's talk about intonations. Intonation for changing opinions. You see? Okay? Listen to these sentences about false assumption. Notice the change in the intonations. Okay? Usually, you just raise your voice after each opinion, but on your final opinion, you raise your voice. Okay? You see? You will have a full intonation. Let's say you have 3 opinions. I think she was introverted and insecure, but it turned out she's really extroverted. You see? You fall your intonation. Okay, in other words, your intonation will fall after saying your opinions one by one until the last one. But when you say the last one, you will raise your voice. Let's hear the intonations.
Page 17. Pronunciation. A. Listen to these sentences about false assumptions. Notice the changes in intonation. 1.
Everyone always said she was shy, but the truth is she's really gregarious.
But the truth is she's really gregarious.
2.
I'd always assumed that she was conceited.
She was conceited. You see? She was conceited.
But in reality, she's very sweet.
But in reality, she's very sweet. Conceited, sweet. Conceited, sweet. Okay? Or you can say these are 2 more examples. You can say, I thought she's really rude, but turns out she's really polite. Polite. Everyone said he's polite, but he was really rude. See? He's polite, really rude. Polite, really rude. This is rise in the intonation. Okay, so let's talk about more examples here, guys. Okay, we're going to use only the methods that we've mentioned in the language booster section. You can say we have the first name is Kamal, and we have the first assumption we were wrong, but the reality is this one. Okay, we can say I had thought she. Just wait a moment, let me close this one. Yeah, I had thought he was introverted, but it turned out he was really sarcastic, and I was wrong. Next, I'd always assumed that he was conceited, but in reality, he was extroverted. Next, everyone has always said that Khail is standoffish. Okay, but the truth is she's extroverted. Okay, let's talk about more examples. Okay, this was today's lesson, and now we will jump to the conversation section. Welcome back, everyone, and we have the conversation section. Now we will be having a conversation together. Okay, so the black is me and the blue is you. Okay, so are you ready? Okay, so tell me, what do you think of Kamal? Okay, what do you think of Kamal? Oh, no, don't say that. He has some family issues. Okay? Well, maybe his mind was somewhere else. Okay, so take it easy. I think he's really nice and bubbly. Well, I thought he was really gregarious, but it turned out he was using me for homework, and that's why he was talking with me. Oh my God. Actually, thanks for telling me that. Okay? So this was today's conversation. Until the next lesson, have a great time and bye-bye.